And action. Hello everybody, welcome to the Geekheads podcast where we talk about everything film industry related once again. Today we're gonna go through greatest comedy movies of all time, or at least comedy movies we love or we think are the greatest.
Yeah.
So no, not any promises that you're gonna love all of these, and
Absolutely.
you might disagree, but you know, that's the great thing about having opinions, isn't it? Like you can disagree.
And if you did, yeah, and if you didn't click off already and yet you realize this is a podcast episode, there is the short version coming out in about a week or two. The channel.
We might have few highlights
you
and
might,
stuff like that.
Yeah, you might want to just see that. Should we go to our? I'm not sure. This is top 10 list, but I'm not sure if it's in specific order.
Well, they're not any specific order. Let's just go with that because
let's just say let's go with that.
Yeah. So let's go with the first one, which I think is the newest one from all of these. Yep, and it's the Naked.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Which is a Netflix movie, I believe.
Yeah, it's Netflix original, if I'm not wrong.
From 2017, an American comedy film about a naked man who is caught in a time loop on the day of his wedding. It is a remake of the 2000 Swedish film Naken.
Yeah, I mean, something is too. Yeah, but it's just Groundhog Day, basically. So.
Yeah, it's like crazy version of Groundhog Day, like a little bit more.
I mean,
weirder.
Yeah, it's Netflix. Netflix version of Groundhog Day. I mean,
yeah, I honestly I don't remember a lot from this. It's been a long time since I watched it, but I just remember basically really enjoying. I watched it with a friend, and it was just simple. It was simply fun movie to watch. So
yeah, I mean, personally, I haven't seen this one, and nothing of the trailers or anything gets me even thought of watching the movie. So I mean, yeah, respect for Swedish people, for neighbors, for creating something that Americans decided to copy for some reason. I don't.
Yeah, well, that's not. I mean, that's not really anything new, but
yeah, I mean, streaming services are running out of ideas, so every year to remake in a few years. So yeah.
So let's go to the next one, which is Truman Show. And this one is completely different. So yeah, Truman Show is a 1998 American comedy drama film. The film stars who else than Tim Curry as Truman Burbank, a man who grew up living an ordinary life that, unbeknownst to him, takes place on a large set populated by actors for a television show about him. I'm just gonna say my thoughts. Truman Show, I mean, it's a legendary movie in my books. Easily my favorite Tim Curry movie, even though there is a lot of good movies. He's been the main character. But yeah, it's an extremely interesting idea in general. Like, if that will, how would that work? Like in real life, I don't know. It probably wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, you need a man or somebody who will have low enough IQ or sense of reality that will stay like in same block of a town, basically, if that will be made in real life. Yeah,
I mean in that type of sense, if somebody actually was grown up from a like kid in this and like thought that there's these rules that you cannot do that and that and that, and just, you know, really strict raising, that this might be a thing that would be able to be done, but I mean, it wouldn't be right in any moral way.
Yeah, definitely
I would say, but I mean, it could be done. I'm pretty sure about that, but yeah, I'm not. I'm really sure nobody's going to do it.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool movie because there's not really any like villains. Like even the bad guy who's the director of the movie or the series,
or the show.
So it's like he just think it's like a cool idea and he doesn't like mean any harm necessarily. He doesn't.
He just wants to get the show
he don't
running.
think it's wrong. because he kind of made him popular, or that's what he thinks. That's the way he sees it. Like he gave him a good life.
I mean, these people in this movie don't see it as morally wrong. Morally wrong. Fuck me. They don't see it as being a bad thing that they're doing this to this character.
Yeah.
Like in real life, of course, that's why you get the sympathy for the like main character.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, the characters in the movies just okay.
Yeah, like of course it's like very wrong, since like it's you have no, or Truman has no freedom in any way. Like he tries to do something
actual freedom.
Like actual freedom. Like he tries to do something that will jeopardize the show, then they make him not to do those things and force him not to do those things in different ways. So,
and I mean, it's reality to that character, that human being on the show. Everything around him is the reality. So, I mean, so you can have a long thought train through this movie. I mean, or after watching it, or you can just think about it. The whole concept of it, it's a bit bizarre, but
like even his wife is an actress.
Yeah, actor.
And his love, the actual love of his life, was forced out of there because he tried to help him escape and make him like realize it's not real. So this is it's very interesting movie, and there's really nothing like it. At least I don't know any movie that's anything similar, and I don't think nobody wants to redo this idea because it was already so well made that it would be just a complete failure from the get-go. So
I'm sure there's gonna be a remake in 10-20 years, but Truman Show is that good movie that there's there's not gonna be like anybody doing a similar type of or nearly copy of the show. Of course, there could be, like what is it, Black Mirror?
Yeah,
Netflix show type of episode, type of this. Of course,
that could happen.
But,
sure.
Yeah, there was a criticism about Truman Show about just it's some people just say it's Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey in a set of. I mean,
yeah.
I cannot agree.
It's nothing like
stupid.
Usual Jim Carrey movies. I mean, like even like good Jim Carrey movies like Liar Liar and what else. Like this is very different in my opinion. At least like this is not the basic Jim Carrey. Maybe it starts like that a little bit, but yeah, it's completely in a different level.
I mean, there's some actors that get this stuff that they're just acting as themselves, like Woody Harrelson or Samuel L. Jackson, for example, who just everybody says, "Oh, it's just Samuel Jackson as himself," or Woody Harrelson as himself.
Yeah, and I know like usually Jim Carrey is kind of like that, but he did very well in this movie. But. So we move on to the third one, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Much less known. It's a 1986 American teen comedy film. The movie is about a high school slacker who skips school for a day in Chicago. Seems very simple. It kind of is very simple. It's one of those classics for me that not a lot of people seem to know of. At least people in my life. It's a older movie too, so I just randomly happened to watch it. I don't even remember when and where. But yeah, this is one of those movies that you can just go watch without too much effort or concentration in any ways. It's simply just a good time without too much drama. Because a lot of movies are like, it takes, I don't know how to like explain it, but like you have to go watch the movie in a way that you're like ready to watch the movie. If that makes any sense.
You're meaning that you have to get invested on the movie.
Yeah, but this is just pure fun. This is like watching a fun YouTube video or stream. It's just fun, and there's no like any extra drama in it. It's just fun. It's not like a super crazy, weird story with a lot of twists, but it doesn't need to be. It's just simply fun.
movie is just about characters' day off. So
Yeah.
how can I comment that? It's a comedy movie. Just watch it.
It's really fun. It's like a comedy movie, but what I like about it is compared to a lot of like, or how people usually see comedy movies as, it's not like this crazy stupid parody comedy. It's kind of basic. I don't know. It just feels like you're going to a 80s teens day in their life, basically. Like,
yeah,
this is the first vlog ever made, basically.
Yeah.
So that's how I can.
It's a concept of doing a movie, of course.
Yeah, and it's also one of the oldest movies that I know of where the main character breaks the fourth wall, like all the time, like he's talking to the camera and to the viewers. So that's a fun thing too in the movie.
I mean, I'm personally not fan of those types of movies where you constantly break the fourth wall, or even you break the fourth wall.
Yeah, usually it doesn't work.
Then it comes if you like, you get invested in the movie, and then like really, if you were not even that invested at all, or just came to watch it anyway, and then just break the fourth wall, it just comes off from this like movie type of vibe. You just go to this like documentary or just a vlog. Yeah,
usually I agree, but in this movie it kind of works out because it's almost like I said, it's almost like a vlog made in film, so it really works in this one because it's not trying to get you too invested anyway. So but yeah, do you want to introduce the next one?
I can do a couple ones now. The next one, we were talking about Naked, and that was a Groundhog Day type of movie, and now we're talking about the Groundhog Day. That is the 1993 American fantasy comedy film. I think everybody knows it. If not, what have you been doing? So the movie tells the story of the cynical television weatherman that covers the annual Groundhog Day event in Pennsylvania, and he gets trapped in a time loop, and that forces him to relive the February 2nd, like repeatedly through the movie. So
yeah,
I mean, I haven't seen it for a while, but it's a great one.
Yeah, it is amazing movie, and from all the time loop movies, at least comedy movies, I think we can all agree that Groundhog Day is the best one. I love this type of dark humor. It's a simply fun movie to watch, and it's weird concept, like compared to the Naked. In this one, he's actually trying to like just kill himself because he don't want to live that one day anymore. So and to make a comedy movie out of it, it's extremely interesting. It's super interesting, but it's fun.
Yeah, and I think the main role is acted by Bill Murray. I think he's a good actor, but he really doesn't have any big roles.
Well, other than this and Ghostbusters, pretty much.
Yeah, I was about to say this and Ghostbusters, but not really. Except he looks a bit like Tom Hanks, which might have some effect. At least in my opinion, it might have some effect.
Yeah,
that Hollywood doesn't want to similar looking or somewhat similar looking actors.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Headlining movies,
but he's also like usually known for being in comedy movies, so he doesn't have any like super, I don't know, like amazing roles in like when it comes to acting or performance. But
well, he hasn't had any roles.
Yeah,
like significant roles that will come to mind.
Yeah, any like those serious roles. I don't know, or maybe he just wants to be comedy actor.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You never know. I'm not that invested on googling.
Yeah,
what's the right answer for that question? Yeah.
But we can move on to The Girl Next Door, which is the next movie. And
I think you want to go.
Yeah, this is something that I really want to talk about. I'm gonna go a little bit of a rant. because The Girl Next Door, it's a 2004 American romantic comedy film about a high school senior who falls in love for the first time with the girl next door, hence the name. This is easily the most underrated comedy movie, if you ask me. It is my favorite comedy movie. It has a hard and really unexpected twists. Also, amazing acting doesn't hurt either. The Girl Next Door, it was just the reason why it did so poorly in the box office was simply because it was awfully marketed, and it almost seems like the producers or the marketing people didn't even know what the movie was or was about. The trailer is awful, and the posters makes it look like an adult movie, so a lot of people think it's like that or think it's like American Pie or something. Yeah, which is probably why it was so poorly received. And that's part of the story, but in its core, the movie is so much more than just that. Calling The Girl Next Door, an adult film. Like, I would compare it to almost like saying that Truman Show is just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which we talked about, which obviously is not true at all. So yeah, there is a little bit of the adult industry part of the story. Sorry about the dog, by the way, but it's only a little bit, and it's only like, it's not really like what the movie is really about, if that makes sense. So, have you seen The Girl Next Door ever?
I haven't seen it, but like we talked off screen without this movie, and I checked some trailers, and I mean, it's on Netflix, so I mean, I'm probably gonna give it a go.
Yeah.
And watch it. In some point, I have few stuff, series and stuff going on at the moment, so it goes to the queue, let's say like that.
Yeah.
But I will probably watch it later this week. I kind of only have Star Wars visions right now. So.
I really recommend it. It's not even that long. It's like, actually it's
it wasn't that long
less
movie.
Than 2 hours.
Of course it
was almost like 90 minutes or something. I'm not really sure.
It's short. Well, of course, all of these type like short comedy. Well, every comedy movie kinda is really, really short. They're always really short.
Yeah, most of the time.
Like the movie runs for 1 hour 50 minutes. That's the official runtime.
Okay.
But
yeah.
But that means with the start credits, end credits, other stuff. So it means the movie is something around 1:35 or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's really fun. It's like fun movie, but also at the same time, when they say it's romantic comedy, it really is. It's really touching as well. And I really love the movie. But talking about movies that I love, let's go to the Coming to America, which is our next movie. And Coming to America is a much more known movie. Let's just say that it's 1988 American romantic comedy, once again, film starring Eddie Murphy, who plays the crown prince of the fictional nation of Zamunda, who travels to the United States in the hopes of finding a woman he can marry, because he don't want to marry the woman that he was supposed to marry or something, if I remember correctly. I haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah. So basically, he doesn't just want a gold digger.
Yeah. But yeah, I love this movie. It's very light-hearted and funny movie with an like interesting story to tell. And how it's like this super rich guy, but because he's been super rich his whole life and very sheltered guy, he wants to go and see the real world and what life is actually about. I never get bored watching this. And I really look forward to watch the sequel. I believe it's in Amazon Prime, so I haven't been able to watch it yet.
Yeah.
But maybe someday.
Amazon Prime is just a issue.
Yeah.
Around here. I mean, this is another great one. I have seen it once, but that's many years ago when I did watch a lot more just TV and TV movies that came out on TV.
Yeah.
But like first thought I have about this movie is it's just Aladdin in United States.
I mean, somewhat see the similarity, even though it's
Yeah,
very far-fetched. But
yeah, it's really far-fetched. Do you actually know how is the Finnish translation to English? Do you know what is it in? If the Finnish title is totally different than the.
I remember it being super different. I don't remember what it was, but I remember it being very different.
It's a bribe to a prince.
Okay.
You know, like.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, that is kind of defining the movie, you know.
That's I mean, really it's not lying, but I don't know why they really translated it differently. Sometimes I just don't really get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of these funny things that, you know, mostly English people like who speak it as their first language, and everything is like on your country is also in the first. This might happen also in other big countries like Germany and stuff where
and probably stuff
gets,
yeah.
Like in Germany and like Russia and stuff, the movies and stuff actually get like dubbed.
Yeah,
like they get the dub, which is, I think that's dumb. But I mean, of course you have the translated titles and descriptions for your more like that they sound more pleasing for the local viewer.
Yeah,
that's just good marketing. I mean,
I very much dislike dubs. Other than animes, I have watched with dubs, but yeah. Other than that,
it's like cartoons. I really don't care.
Yeah.
But if there's a possibility me to watch the original and understand it, I will probably watch. If there's a like English something that's just originally is in English, I mean, I will watch it.
Yeah, but
English,
I mean,
of course.
Every time it's live action, it doesn't matter what language it is. I wanna watch rather than just read subtitles. But I hate dubs. It just seems very weird, and you cannot really get into the movie or series at all when it's like live action, and you can see the lips moving different way than what they're saying. And it's very weird. I just cannot enjoy any movie or series that way.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah,
live action is totally different thing. That is always on the original language.
Yeah.
But like drawn media, like graphical media. Graphical is wrong word, but you know, like
animated.
It's like of course, if I'm watching anime, I might prefer to watch it in English dub because I really don't because I don't understand.
Yeah,
you know,
and obviously depending on the performances as well.
And if that's a show that might have started in Japanese, but started in the original language, it doesn't matter is it in Spanish, English, or any other language. It's just if it's good. It's a good dub, good original soundtrack. Of course, then I won't go for the dub. But if it's just more enjoyable or something that I'm not really invested and it's easier to watch it as an English dub, I will do it.
Yeah.
I think there's one cartoon I only watch in Finnish dub. But that's just a personal opinion because
by the way, one weird thing is
like the voice actors better.
Yeah, one weird thing is, and I hope there's not gonna be any hardcore fans that are gonna be mad at me, but Dragon Ball I did watch fully dubbed because I don't know why. That seemed like the right way to watch it for me. Like I wanted to watch it that way. But talking about dubs, like. You just talked about Finnish dubs. I've never watched anything in Finnish dubs. If I watch something dubbed, it's always in English. I don't know why. Like I probably shouldn't even be a Finnish person because like Finnish just cringes me the fuck out. honestly. Like,
Okay.
I don't even know why.
Now I realize there's 2 shows that I only want to watch in Finnish dub because I cannot stand the English dub. The one is Pokemon because I have seen like 10 years of my life in Finnish dub.
Yeah.
So if I go to the American one, I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? It just sounds stupid because I'm keen to that voice of the voice actor. I'm like, this character should sound like this, and when it doesn't, I'm like, what the hell is going?
Yeah.
I had and that's one issue I had with the Star Wars, The Mandalorian, with Ahsoka live action. You know, keen to the original Ashley Eckstein voice, and then jumping to what's the actor?
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
It's just they don't sound similar. They might sound similar to somebody, but I cannot connect to that character that well.
Yeah, I completely understand that. For me, do you know the Netflix cartoon or animated series, the Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
For some reason, every single episode it always put Finnish dub first, and I had to like manually change it for every episode, and it was so freaking annoying. I was like, I don't want the fucking Finnish dub, like, please.
Yeah, that's an issue I currently have with Star Wars Visions. I'm like, watch it on Japanese or watch it in English dub. I mean, I'm not sure.
I'm probably gonna start with Japanese, and then if it feels wrong to me or I don't enjoy it as much, then I'm gonna turn the dubs on. Usually that's what I do. I started the Ghost of Tsushima gameplay, I started with the original Japanese voice acting, but somehow I didn't really connect as much, and then I heard a lot of people say that the English dub is actually like better acted, so then I decided to change. It depends. Honestly, it depends. But we have talked about dubbing for a long time.
It was a great mid time for the episode for
and honestly we can have a good highlight video out of that. So
yeah, but I really don't care that we talked about dubs that long, and we are gonna talk about more dubbing on in 2 weeks in the this month on Star Wars.
Yeah, something like that.
We will have the same type of conversation there. But should we let's go for the next one?
We completely derailed out of our script, so let's get back on with Jump Street or 21 Jump Street. Sorry.
Or just Jump. Well, I mean Jump Streets. I mean 21, 22. I think most people prefer the 21, but I think
I never really
there are a
enjoyed
good couple movies.
But let's go Jump Street in general. But especially 21 Jump Street because it's the original one, or as original as they can be. It's a 2012 American buddy cop action comedy film. That just tells you, by the way, a lot how many like cop comedy films there are, that they have their own genre basically already.
I don't really know. I mean, there is a lot, like what is the newest Dwayne Johnson with Kevin Hart? What is it? It's not buddy cop movie that much, but
I don't remember.
The other guy is cop or something.
But I remember like good cop, bad cop movies and a lot of those. Well, now I can't remember any, but there's the one Ice Cube movie and. Anyways, yeah. Honestly, don't remember it right now. My brain is melting at the moment. But yeah, it's a comedy film, obviously, and an adaptation of the 1987 until 1991 television series of the same name. The film follows police officers Smith and Tenko, who are forced to relive high school when they are assigned to go undercover as high school students to prevent the outbreak of a new synthetic drug and arrest its supplier. I haven't watched this in a while, and I probably should. I remember watching, just talking about the series, I remember watching the first season from YouTube, and then it kind of left out. It's because it's really old, but I might watch it at some point, like fully, but I remember watching the first season of the original TV show, and these movies are nothing like this. or nothing like the series. Like very very different. And honestly, the only thing that is the same is the name, the title, and having Johnny Depp in it, even though it's just a cameo in this movie. But it was a nice touch since he starred in the original series. It was the main character of the original series, so
yeah,
that was fun. But yeah, they're nothing like it. But it's fun movie regardless. So both are fun movies, but I actually think like 21 Jump Street was actually like very well made. Also, I think the 22 Jump Street was a fun movie, but to me it always felt like they just made it to make money because the first one was well received.
Yeah, kind of well received. Yeah, of course, the second ones on this type of movies that are kind of supposed to end as a one part. The second part is always gonna kind of be forced feeling.
Yeah.
Or have nothing to do with, and they just made it because people are going to watch it. And I mean, the Jump Streets are just, great late night comedy movies to watch with friends and stuff.
Yeah. Also, Ice Cube being himself fit perfectly to his character.
Yeah, I mean,
he was my favorite character out of the movie.
I mean, there's a nice cast. There's nice casting on these movies and stuff. They are just well made buddy cop action comedy movies. So,
yeah,
I mean,
well, this was the time when Jonah Hill, for example, was only known for comedy movies. Now he makes much more serious movies as well. He wanted to change that. Channing Tatum, I mostly know from Little Public Enemies cameo, and then some old high school movies, comedy movies. So I think Channing Tatum was actually really, really fun casting. Since if you like know his movies, he's in a lot of like those old. When he was younger, he was in a lot of those like high school movies, high school comedy movies. So it was fun to have him here.
Yeah, they're both like this parody comedy type of comedy movie actors.
Yeah,
high school type of comedy. But I mean, it's still. I think they might be best at doing comedy movies. Channing Tatum, of course. If I think at him, I just think he's just a cop in every single or something to do with law enforcement. The law enforcement in every movie I can think of him being in, except those comedy movies.
Yeah, I mean. I gotta give respect to Jonah Hill, for example. The what was it, Underdogs or something? Movie, much newer movie. It was not a comedy movie, but it was actually a really amazing movie that I saw in Netflix with my brother. And he has kind of turned this. Everybody always thinks him as like a comedy movie guy, but he has recently made few very very good, not even close to comedy movies. Which is always nice to see, like when actors try new things and do different things and kind of shows different different sides of themselves.
Yeah,
but
he has a lot of movies. Jonah Hill has a lot of movies with Brad Pitt. I don't know.
That's true.
Sure what's that about?
Probably good friends. But talking about crazy comedy films, the next one is actually the next two or even three. The last three are actually freaking crazy. So next one is Big Stan, which is a 2007 American comedy film about a weak con man who panics when he learns he's going to prison for fraud. He hires a mysterious martial arts guru who helps transform him into a martial arts expert who can fight off inmates who want to hurt or love him. Not love him in the way that you usually think loving, by the way. More like love.
It's
dropping
just fancy
soap.
way to put it.
Yeah, don't drop the
it's
soap.
just fancy way of putting it in a podcast episode. Yeah, or in the recap if you're watching it. Anyway.
Yeah. Honestly, this movie doesn't even make sense in any way.
Yeah.
It's just, but it doesn't have to because you're just laughing the whole time. It's just jokes after jokes and like random random things happening left and right. It's a full-on comedy movie. It's extremely fun movie.
Yeah.
It's just that it's
sure.
probably the best way to watch it is with friends, maybe a little bit drunk if you do drink.
Yeah, I mean it's again one of those great late night movies with friends or that type of stuff.
Well, that's what comedy is usually about,
yeah.
so makes sense.
Yeah, and certainly this movie doesn't really make any sense. So you will get great laugh at it, but out of it, but you know.
Yeah.
That's only what you're gonna get.
It definitely doesn't make sense in any way, but it's Rob Schneider movie, so that's usually the case, if I'm gonna be honest. But do we go to the next one, which also doesn't really make any sense?
Yeah,
which is
I can do the last
Thunder.
If you don't.
Okay, you can do the last one. Okay, I'm gonna do this one.
I have done one.
Yeah, that's true.
And so yeah.
Well, okay, you know, you can take the lead for the last two.
Last two. I mean, so I'm not that quiet on the episodes.
Yeah.
Because there has been many movies that I haven't seen from the list.
Yeah.
So I have
no
comments about that.
This is a two-man job, goddammit. And I turned into a New York mafia guy for some reason. But anyways,
of course it's a two-man job, but the next one certainly wasn't a two-man job, and that's Tropic Thunder. I mean,
the way you say that, by the way, but I'm just gonna say that the way you say the thunder just made me think of the Imagine Dragons song. For some reason, I was playing in my head. Thunder.
Yeah, I mean,
thunder. Okay, anyways, yeah.
I mean, everybody has heard about this movie. I think if you are not born after 2006 or something stupid.
Yeah.
But this movie is 2008 satirical action comedy film directed by Ben Stiller, and he's starring a role in the movie also. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
But it's a movie when a group of prima donna actors make a Vietnam War film, and they get dropped in the middle of a jungle, and I mean, they are forced to rely on their acting skills to survive the real action and danger. So, if I'm not wrong, they actually go to Vietnam and get just dropped middle of a war zone to just act stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly
great.
what it is. This is super crazy. Like, this could easily be put into the category with like movies like scary movies and epic movies and stuff like that, but because it is a very sarcastic parody film of all the war films, especially like the Vietnam War films. But I think it has more of a story than any, let's say, scary movies, for example. So I really do like this one, and honestly, I don't think there's ever been so many amazing actors in one complete parody film, and there is in Tropic Thunder. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., Ben Stiller, like you said, Jack Black, Brandon T. Jackson, Tom Cruise, Matthew McConaughey, Bill Hader, Owen Wilson, Jason Bateman, Martin Lawrence, and even our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. In this movie, most of those, are short cameos, but still, goddamn, what a list of actors. That could be like a Avengers film already.
Yeah, that sounds when you spend most of the budget on people.
Just having random cameos out of nowhere.
Just have random cameos and big list actors on the movie, and then just make the movie. Well, it's a comedy film, so it doesn't cost that much to produce, but you know.
Yeah, it's also a very interesting movie. Like I would have never thought of like having this type of movie. Like, hey, these are like actors who are acting actors who are going to actual war zone, thinking they are still acting. So it's very funny concept and very very just fun movie. It doesn't make sense, so don't expect it to make sense, but it's super fun movie. Also, trigger warning, there is Robert Downey Jr. It wasn't a problem at the time, but I think if they will remake this movie, it will be a problem now. But there is Robert Downey Jr. who's acting a white guy who is acting a black-skinned guy, or in this movie, which will probably get a lot of critique these days. But it's 2008 movie, so it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love Black Robert Downey Jr.? I mean, apparently a lot of people, but who really cares?
Yeah, just hope you can watch and think past that. It's very fun movie.
Yeah, the movie just gives me a great laughs. It's a great movie in that type of sense.
Yeah,
it's a comedy movie, so
it's just a lot of fun, and
it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and also like I'm kind of stealing your notes here, but like we are both from movie we're both movie industry people. We have made like short films and shit like that. I've been part of a few TV shows as an actor or extra, although, but still, like we know a lot from what this industry is about, like film industry.
In work perspective.
Yeah,
yes.
in that perspective, it's very, very fun to watch as well. So it's just the only way to like kind of put this movie into a one sentence is just a lot of fun, basically.
Yeah, a lot of fun. It's a good movie. Great watch. Just watch it, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea where you can find it at the moment, but I would highly recommend.
Hopefully Netflix.
Get it from somewhere.
Yeah.
Just watch it from somewhere.
Honestly, it comes out of TV like once a month, so.
Yeah, at least we're really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if you live in the US, you have like 1,500 TV channels. So.
Yeah, so it probably comes out every single day. I'm not just kidding.
Yeah.
But do we go to the last one?
Yeah, the last one, of course, it's not top one, but it's the last one because this list is not in specific order. But the last one is The Hangover, and of course we are talking also about the other three movies, so it's a trilogy of Hangover movies. But now we are just highlighting the first one because we think it's the best out of the three.
The best, even though all of them are great, but it is the best.
Yeah, all of them are great, but the original is always the original, and the original The Hangover is 2009 American comedy film directed by Todd Phillips.
Yep.
You might know him from directing The Joker. Which is pretty recent, and of course he's more like comedy director. So he has lots of comedy movies under his belt, and then he went to Joker, which is pretty great. Shows that he's at least a good director.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actual film is about a group of friends who travel to Las Vegas, baby. Yeah, Las Vegas too, for a bachelor party. Why am I mumbling right now?
I don't
know. No idea.
No idea.
For a bachelor party, and however they wake up with no memory of the previous night's events, and they have to figure out what's going on.
Also, the guy who they threw the bachelor party on is missing. That's one thing I wanna.
Oh yeah, that's the key. Yeah, that's probably the key point.
Yeah.
The actual reason they are there to celebrate is missing. So
yeah, I mean, this is a lot of fun.
Great.
This movie. And you can talk more because you actually put notes here because I just didn't think of anything.
you just backed out for some reason for writing any notes for this. But yeah, the movie is just a great late night movie to watch with the boys or alone because it's 2021, 2020,
Nobody's seeing anyone right now.
And of course, I have no idea how they got Bradley Cooper to agree on this movie. But anyway, it's a great movie.
Honestly, I didn't know about Bradley Cooper before this movie, to be fair. Like, to me, he's like the guy from Hangover for the longest time before, like, American Sniper and Shallow and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's Bradley Cooper is...
The Star is Born is the movie, not Shallow. It's
Yeah, that's this.
Well, everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Everybody's know.
Yeah, but before those movies, he was just the guy from Hangover for me. So I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have that much big names before Hangovers.
No, I think the main guys are basically like this is their breakthrough movie for a lot of them. Even like Jack, Justin, and Ed Helms. They're the main characters.
Yeah, or
Cooper.
they got.
The only one that I knew before this movie is honestly Mike Tyson. So that's that.
I mean, if that's the movie you're gonna highlight, then or like movie. What movie character? Fuck me.
If you know Mike Tyson only through Hangover, then I don't know where the heck have you lived, like under the rock or something.
I mean,
now it's fair to say like, under the rock.
Yeah, before we watched this movie, I think we watched this sometime back in the days, probably 5-6 years ago. First time, the only actor I knew, except from Mike Tyson, was Ken Jeong, who was acting the crazy Asian dude. I don't know where did I know him, but you know.
I don't even know. I didn't even know him. Honestly, I didn't know any names, but the only one whose like face I recognized was probably Rob Riggle, who was Officer Franklin, because I've seen him in other like crazy comedy movies. So I recognized his face. And maybe Bradley Cooper's face, but I didn't know any of them. And like for me, like the main cast especially were like those are the guys from the Hangover movies, which is not a bad thing because it's a great trilogy. Or at least one super great movie. The second one is a great movie. The third one it's fun movie as well, but I don't think it compares to the first two. But that's my opinion.
Yeah. That's your.
They didn't even didn't really even get Hangover in the third movie, if I remember correctly. Like it was more like a kidnapping movie.
Yeah, did they get lost or something?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the third one is even a comedy film, but the first one certainly at least classifies as a comedy film.
Yeah,
I'm sure of that.
But you had some honorable mentions, I think.
Yeah, or some afterthoughts about the episode as a whole. I mean, there's a lot of movies that we didn't mention that are usually at least seen as the great comedy movies, or that everybody watches. You know, these like high school comedies, or like American Pie, or then Pies. I mean, there's a lot of them, and then like scary movies, and you mean I mean other dumb shit epic movies, like other dumb shit parody movies. I mean, comedy movies like this. I mean, there's a lot of them that we could have done just a whole episode talking about scary movie 1, 2, 3, and then epic movie, and then what is it?
I still have Tropic Thunder there.
Somewhere in the middle. Starving Games. And,
Spaceballs and.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. We could have meant Spaceball, but I'm not sure if it's.
Yeah.
It's a
Naked Gun. There's so many. There's actually so many like crazy comedy movies. Naked Gun, Black Panther. No, Pink Panther, not Black Panther.
Yeah. Then there's a lot of movies that could be also. They're not like Hangover is really borderline on these movies. It's like more. Is it more focused on some other aspect, or is it just comedy film? I mean, there's like movies like Zombieland, which is just is it zombie comedy movie, which could have been also on the list, which is great. It is kind of great movie.
Yeah, another thing is
been mentioned.
Honestly,
really.
Ocean's 11 and like the Ocean's trilogy, or is that even like a comedy trilogy? That's why I like.
No, of course,
it's one of my favorite movie trilogies ever. But I don't know if it's a comedy. Really,
it's not.
It has comedy, of course, but I don't think it's like a comedy movie still. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's a difference. I mean, we could have highlighted like Zombieland or something, but it didn't. There's a lot of older movies. I think we should have maybe focused a little bit on the newer movies, but I mean,
then again, I don't know. I haven't watched
really.
too many new movies. Honestly, I'm gonna be like completely honest.
I mean, I mean, I can highlight another really old movie, which is The Airplane. You know, the old ass comedy movie, pretty legendary, I believe. So everybody has seen at least one scene out of it. Of course, if you are born again after a certain year number, chance gets incredibly low.
I just remembered
Which
one,
is sad.
which I don't know why we don't have here. It's Johnny English or any of the Johnny English movies. Also,
Yeah, I was
or
I was
Mr.
thinking
Bean.
about Johnny. Yeah, well, I mean, Mr. Bean is. I mean, there's the movies, but Mr. Bean is, I probably seen more as the series. You know?
Yeah, the actual show. I think it's more known from that. The first Mr. Beans that I remember seeing was the animated one, the cartoon one.
Yeah,
that was the first Mr. Bean for me. But yeah, there's a lot of good comedy movies that could have been here, but we had Place for 10, and we had our first 10 that came.
Came to mind. Yeah. We are still a bit on that rush schedule that we have been the past basically year. But I have a question talking about these parody movies and parody comedies. Why do you think like parody comedies are so popular?
Because
I mean,
I think
nobody has noted for this, but
people have watched enough or long enough like these serious movies. They take like a toll in some way. Like you have to get invested in them, and then it gets you thinking and all that stuff. But like parody comedies, it's just something that you can go and laugh when you're having a bad day, or even if you aren't having a bad day, you're hanging out with friends. I think it's the best choice to watch. Also, like a lot of people like to watch horror movies. For example, I don't like horror movies. I don't like the feeling that you get from them. So I prefer to always with friends watch like something like parody comedies, because you can just laugh and you don't really have to care about the story or anything. It's just fun, full of comedies. It's just like watching stand-up comedy shows basically. It's the same kick that you get out of it.
Yeah, and I mean that if you are not fan of horror films, the scary movies as a parody comedies are kind of good option, because there is that like scary part. They go a bit, they try to be a bit scary, and they might have some jump scares, but then after all, it's a comedy movie, so it comes back real fast.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen in actual horror movies. It just keeps you in the tension like for a long goddamn time, and which is many people don't like that feeling. I totally understand.
Yeah. But before we wrap up, let's have this episode's This Day in History. Which we have started to include in our episodes. This is something that I've been thinking about doing for like the longest time for our podcast, but never started to do it. But now we have started to do it. So this day in history, when this episode comes out in 2010, the same day, The Social Network, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield, and Justin Timberlake, premiered at the New York Film Festival, and I believe like 2 months later it was released in theater.
Theaters, exactly.
Anyways, like and subscribe and all that. I'm not gonna go through all that stuff. Everybody knows how all that stuff works. Just please do it if you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you for watching / listening, and like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. All that basic stuff. Yeah.
Check the channel for other episodes like monthly Star Wars Marvel podcasts, or just monthly everything in film industry podcast, or the combined episodes if you don't want to listen to the podcast. And I don't know if you survived this far. If
you have, I'm gonna give you imaginational medal. Thank you for your service.
I'm pretty sure out of the 4,000 views or something that we have at the moment, nobody has watched any podcast today, so it doesn't really matter. So
hey, if you want to be the first one, just go and watch through the end. So you're gonna be the first one, and you can. When we're gonna blow up, then you can say that you are the first one to watch them fully.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means anything.
But-
Anyways,
but
thanks
the
for
episode.
listening.
Yeah, we are back. Yeah, we are back next week with entertainment this month or everything in the industry.
Yeah.
October, September switch. Next week.
Yeah. So that's it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I don't know why I said that, but have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm out. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.